So with that, I guess we're up and running. Hi, everybody. It's Sunday night. It's time for We Care You Matter. And tonight I got the pleasure of I got some guests. I'm learning the program. I'm trying to, hopefully the program here is working out. I'm not getting some bad drafts, but I got Josh and Emily Jensen of Crappie Junction. And what I'd like to do is introduce Josh and Emily here. And then from there, I'm going to let them talk about what they're doing. Because you guys, I meet you guys at the shows. And you're always going around doing the same thing I'm doing as far as talking to everybody that's got products and the vendors. And you're just like me. I enjoy going to shows and talking to people. So with that, I'd like to share with everybody is I'm going to turn this all over to you guys. I'm going to get off of this thing. And with that, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves and tell everybody what you got going on.
Okay, I'm Emily.
And I'm Josh.
We are, I guess, the two main members of Crappie Junction. But the fun thing about Crappie Junction is, sharing everything with everybody. So you were talking about shows and everything, but it's not just that. It's more than that. It's our experiences and.
Yeah, so we kind of the start of Crappie Junction was kind of a funny thing. It started 10 years ago in college. I was building rods with kids, and some of my friends, my roommates and stuff. We were doing community work, and then I left college, pursued a career in natural resources, did some rod building on the side under the name, and then we kind of joined up with a group called Ice Junkies Outdoors. Actually, Emily was the first one to contact them because they were looking for lady pro staff, and we got hooked up with them, started working with them, and next thing you know, we're going to a show, and we're like, well, are we going to have a booth there? The group on Facebook is 70,000 strong or whatever, so we should have a little bit of a presence there. And they said, well, we can't afford a booth. We don't make a whole lot of money doing this. And we're like, yeah, well, what if we just did live videos for all of our members?
Bring the show to the people who can't be there.
Right. So we decided to do that. And 2 years ago now.
More than that.
Okay. Anyway, so we decided to do that, and it just became something that, I don't know, people kind of expected of us. They're like, oh, are you going to be at this show? Or are you going to be at this show? Like, we really enjoy the fact that, like, we can attend the shows without having to be there because, oh, I don't have time. Or, like, I can't go to a show and walk around for 6 hours. Like, I'm not physically capable. So it's really nice seeing that stuff. Or just people that are like, well, I don't really necessarily need to go to a show, but this one product that you told us about is really awesome, and we're really glad that you showed us because I would have never known about it.
Well, and I think that's another key thing about it is one of the cool things about the shows next shows is meeting the people who are, making stuff in their garage, the novel ideas, the things that you don't see in the big box stores because we all love shopping at wherever you get your fishing stuff, you can pick up whatever you're looking for. But when you want something unusual or when you want something that, is creative, there's a lot of good stuff out there that you'd be surprised what people think of.
So, we combined that little bit of a need that the group had and our passion for, getting fishing. And it just kind of started snowballing. We turned Crappie Junction into an actual promotion business this last June. We have started going out and helping promote some of Wisconsin's great guides. We cover other events during the year. We do kids events. We go out and we just try anything angling related. We just try and get out there to everybody. Along the way, we'll on our Facebook page, we'll post tips on kind of how we fish. We're pan fishermen. The crappie for Crappie Junction is more or less a mascot. We fish everything from sturgeon to baby perch. We just like going fishing. We like learning new stuff. And when we find some new stuff out, we'll share it. we're not trying to hide spots or, do anything that's proprietary. We want people to go out there and enjoy fishing as much as we do.
Well, something I'd like to explain to people that don't understand or haven't seen the junkie guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best group that there is. I enjoy that. Those guys are so, at that whole group, everything that has to do with the junkies is great. And everybody should, if they're not a subscriber, they're not watching what they're doing, get on board. Kind of explain what's going on with the junkie guys. Because they're just fun loving, nice people that want to do like really nice stuff.
Yeah. So, well, first off, like, we really appreciate that. I mean, so Jen and Ryan Salemi, they kind of are the founders of that group. We kind of found them, like we said, we were watching an outdoor show and they were on there. Since us kind of meeting and working with them, they've moved up to northern Wisconsin, so they're in Wisconsin now. They started in Illinois, but
it's a massive group,
mm-hmm.
and it started really small as a network of their local friends, their local family. The people who want to get out and fish together. And I think that's exactly what it was. Certainly ask Ryan, but people who were looking to get out and fish together that maybe didn't know each other previously. And the funny thing about that little network is that it just kind of continued to grow. And these days, if you look on Ice Junkies, man, there's people. It's not just from the ice belt.
They're from all over the world. Emily, where's your not to interrupt you, Emily, where's your microphone at? I'm not picking your voice up all
I'm
that.
sorry. I could probably just talk a little bit louder.
Oh, there you go. That's better. But no, Ice Junkies, those guys are the best. And the reason they're 70,000 strong is because they do such a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we, the moderators on that group are really, really awesome. And they're all very like-minded. And it's youth centric. So our big focus is on getting kids out there, getting people that are new to fishing out there, and just keeping everything friendly and informative.
So what do you guys have going on? What's Emily and Josh got going on?
That's a funny question because we like to participate in a lot of what's out there. So, coming up, it's almost going to be show season here. So the shows, the expos, St. Paul is a huge one. We're always there. That's great. There's the Blaine Hardwater Expo. That's really actually close to St. Paul. But a lot of great vendors there. There's
Sioux Falls
Institute,
yep.
Duluth. There's tons of shows and expos coming up. Our show season, we never exactly know where we're going to be. It seems like when there's a free weekend, we end up somewhere.
Yeah, so basically from the second weekend in November all the way through January, Emily and I are pretty busy. And then we get to March, and that's kind of our last show. That's the Wisconsin Fishing Expo. That is one of the shows, if you want to follow a show that keeps you engaged all year long on social media, I recommend following those guys. They keep their content fresh. They tell you, not only do they give you some of the local news that's going on, but then when they get new vendors and stuff popping up, they keep you informed all year long. But yeah, St. Paul's a big one. We'll be at Blaine. We're gonna probably be at the Ice Angler Institute in Sioux Falls. During that same time period, there's also going to be the Fargo show at Shields, I think.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe that's it's sponsored by Shields and it's at a bigger convention center. It's a big show. The Duluth show is always a big one. That's the weekend right after St. Paul. And then people shouldn't forget to keep a lookout. Cabela's Bass Pro now, I guess, has a 1 or 2 weekends in a row that they do an event thing.
And
so they
at all of their locations.
Yeah, so they have some,
different pro staff that come in. It could be be helping you with different products. It could be fishing tips and tricks. A lot of times, if we're there, like for example, with the Striker brands, all of their float suits, there's a lot of different options out there, and to navigate and find the suit for you, there's that's really helpful to have somebody there, to guide you in that process.
Yeah.
And you guys like the shows like I do. I enjoy the shows for meeting people. I like to talk to the manufacturers. I like to feel the products. I think everybody, if you don't go to a show, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
People should go to these shows. I met you guys there. I meet everybody you meet at the show, and everybody's always so nice. People are always nice at the shows.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like Emily said, you can't, when you're spending $500 or $600 on equipment, it's hard to, it should be hard for you to guess what suit or what electronics or whatever in that price range and up is gonna fit you. And so we work with Stryker at a lot of these shows, and I tell you what, the number of times people come into the booth and Emily and I, we like literally fit people. We'll help you pull up your suit and zip it up for you and kind of get it all sized right. And the amount of people that come in with a size that they think, and then the size that they leave with, I'd say 80% of the time it's different. So because everybody makes something fit a little bit different, and it's a little different than buying a $20 pair of jeans at Walmart. You can kind of guess your size and deal with what doesn't work. This is a actual piece of equipment that you're like staking your warmth and your ability to be comfortable and your ability to be efficient, and safe. And so you want to make sure that is going to fit you, and it's going to work for you for that amount of money. Right. And being at a show is really the only way you can do that.
Yeah. So, well, guys, what else do you want? What else do you want to? This is your gig here, so go talk away here. Share with everybody what you want people to know.
I think it's kind of funny. It's easy to get really caught up talking about, the big brands and the big things that are going on out there. But one of my favorite parts about fishing is kind of the stuff that, we do, and we call it our rod shop. So we turned our basement, into
a rod shop. Yeah. Yeah. So we do, going back to the tips and tricks and stuff, we also kind of tinker around, do a little bit of lure and rod manufacturing. And those are things, when we come across something that either we'll find on YouTube or something that hasn't got a whole lot of likes, and we kind of tinker around with it in our basement, that's another thing. We're trying to get that information out for people, and we'll show you how to do it in our little videos in our shop.
Well, but I think in addition to that, it's a really fun way when you have like a craft or something like that. If you have a girlfriend or a child or just a friend, anybody that you're trying to get involved into fishing, if they have the ability to, paint a lure and then go out and use it and catch a fish on that. There's so many like expensive jigs out these days, but really, you get a lead head, you can use just like a bottle of nail polish if you want, and paint it up or swirl it up whatever color you like, and that just brings a new level to fishing, is when you feel like you had even more of a hand in that whole process. And I mean, the shows, it is a funny thing because it is one of those places that you get really caught up in the buying and the items and what's new. But I think the cool thing about fishing is that it's like, you could put like a worm or a plastic on a hook and, throw it out there, and you might be able to still catch something.
Yeah. And, we're not professional fishermen by any means. But for the last 4 years, excluding this year because we had several weekends taken up by our wedding, but we're in the boat every day during the weekend. So two times a week we're out in the boat. And every evening we're doing something in the rod shop. So we're trying to gain as much knowledge as we can and share it with people. And this is kind of a new thing for us with the interviews and trying to talk about ourselves, because we're not those type of people. We're more focused on everybody else most of the time. So coming up with stuff, our page is really just a big hub. It's like a hub for people to come and learn stuff, and if they're interested or share. Yeah, absolutely.
But here's the thing, guys. This is easy to do, isn't it? It's easy to do. We just get
Oh,
on
yeah.
and we talk to each other. We just get on and we talk to each other. So what I'm hoping I'll get you guys to do here is you guys can feed me information on stuff that I don't know about, and we'll keep talking, and because you guys find a lot of neat stuff, and it's great to share with you guys what's out there and everything else. I wanted to introduce you. Hopefully we do more of these. We'll do a lot more of these, and you guys find some products. We'll find some manufacturers, and hey, we'll talk about products.
Yeah, definitely. And the show season is coming up, and that's where you start to find a lot of the new stuff every year. St. Paul's a big one. You gotta one thing I'll say for people that are thinking about going or that have gone and haven't got to see the whole thing, start at the third floor. Don't start at the bottom. Go all the way to the top. That's where all your new stuff is going to be. The bottom, that's filled with all of the big name brand stuff. You can do that. You can do that later, but before you do all that stuff on the bottom and all your buying and having to carry that stuff around, go to the top floor, because that's where all the new vendors get put, and that's where all the cool stuff is going to be that nobody's seen yet.
This past year was also part of where
Emily, your volume is bad, Emily.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. part of that third floor is also where like Clam had their family fun kind of stuff. And so, if you are that kind of person that has to convince your family to go with you, you can't take a whole day or whatever, that's a really great way to start with them as well, is, have them do something fun. They had the thing where you can catch a fish, like virtual reality. You get them doing that kind of thing, and they really can see why the rest of the show is so cool.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, if anybody wants to get a hold of us, just messenger us, or we do, everything for us is Crappie Junction. So like Crappie Junction at Gmail. We have CrappieJunction.com. We have Crappie Junction on Facebook, Crappie Junction on YouTube. So it's really easy to find us. You just basically type Crappie Junction into Google and we'll pop up, along with some pictures of crappies.
I'm kind of sharing some of the stuff that you guys shared with me as we're about to let this go here, because like I said, I enjoyed what you guys, I every now and then I got to look to see what you're up to and what you guys got going on. And really the best place for what you have going on is that Facebook page. You seem to have everything. Most of your stuff is on that Facebook page.
Yeah, it's the way that we can communicate with people the most. There's been a lot of migration to YouTube, and it just is not it's something that we're working on, but our content is more communication than it is of visual media. We want to communicate with people. We want to be able to talk with them a little bit more. We don't necessarily need them to watch us as much as talk with us. We want to know what people want to see. We want to be able to, explain stuff to people. And, like you said, when we began this, we do very similar things. We both want to kind of get products out there, get people out there. So, everybody can kind of share in the experience. And I think that's why, working together is important, because then we can get all of it out there and have fun with it.
Yeah. With that, are we going to say goodnight to everybody?
All right. Sounds good.
And like I said, I want to introduce you guys. I hopefully do a lot more of this with you guys. So
yeah, absolutely.
Find us some products that we can talk about, and we'll do more of this, guys. Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thanks,
have
everybody.
a good night.
Good night. Thanks.